In 1920, the residents of Davenport, Iowa saw the transformation of the old 1 mile horse track property into the new and vibrant Mississippi Valley Fairgrounds and exposition. This included the new half-mile racetrack. At the time, it was the widest half-mile ever constructed. Also brand new was the 6,000-seat covered grandstand. Work on the new facility went on at a fevered pace to be finished in time for the first great Mississippi Valley Fair. The fair's directors decided the fair would be held August 16th through the 21st. Saturday's closing act would be an afternoon of thrills that included aerial stuntwoman Ethel Dare, a game of auto polo, and automobile racing between the finest dirt track racers in the nation. Among the racers present were Sig Hogdahl, a dirt track legend of Norwegian descent. Hogdahl held the International Motor Contest Association half-mile speed records for 1 lap, 2 laps, and 4 laps. He also set land speed records at the beach in Daytona. The consummate racer, Hogdahl brought 2 different race cars with him to Davenport and arrived 3 days early before the race to get in some practice on the new track. Also appearing was Dispro, a notorious character that was a terror on 1 mile ovals. He held 5 records on 1 mile tracks. He also competed in 4 Indianapolis 500s. Dave Kotzla of Detroit, Michigan was on hand. Kotzla and his Essex race car held the record for the longest distance traveled in 1 hour. Giving the event some international flair were Ray Burr Lampkin of England and Canadian Ray Claypool. When race day morning arrived, so did rain. The early morning showers made track preparations difficult and left the racing surface soft and lumpy. The rain, however, did not keep the spectators away. An estimated 10,000 fairgoers packed the new grandstand and lined the outside of the racetrack. The racing program began with a 6-lap or 3-mile dash. Sig Hogdahl won the race with a time of 3 minutes 38.6 seconds. Next up was a time mile or 2 laps. Roy Lampkin and a Duesenberg set the pace with a time of 1 minute 5.8 seconds for a blistering speed of 54.87 miles per hour. The 5-mile Handicap Pursuit was won by Dispro. In a 2-mile match race, Roy Lampkin beat out Ray Claypool. The free-for-all, a 6-lap race, was won by Sig Hogdahl, with Lampkin finishing second and Dispro third. The finale, the Ajax Trophy race, was 15 laps or 7.5 miles. Dave Kotzla, whose best finish of the afternoon had been a second in the pursuit, got the best of the great Sig Hogdahl, who came home in second. Third went to Dispro. Claypool and Lampkin rounded out the top 5. The time of the race was 8 minutes 58 seconds for an average speed of 52.123 miles per hour. While dirt track racing and the racetrack have gone a long way in the last 100 years, it's interesting to note that the first race was sanctioned by the International Motor Contest Association, the IMCA, the same sanctioning body that oversees 3 of the weekly classes today. The 1920 Mississippi Valley Fair race was a great start to racing at the racetrack now known as the Davenport Speedway. For the last 100 years, its curves and straightaways have challenged some of the greatest drivers on earth. Davenport Speedway, here's to another 100 great years in the dirt.